What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 4th day of September, and here we are sitting at about $2.81 with 1 hour and 55 minutes left in the day. Coming down a little bit. I have to admit, this was a nice reaction that you had off this low here. You had a kind of fake out, and then you moved up at a very nice pace. But when comparing it to these other areas, these other reactions that we've had off this same area, this nice reaction looks a little bit less nice. Let me explain what I'm talking about here, right? So, found support here. The last time that we found support here, or even back over here, whenever we found support, we wicked down. We found support down in this area. We moved up. 2 days later, we were up above $3. Here, 2 days later, we were up above $3. Even here, it was a higher low nonetheless, but finding support in this area nonetheless. 1 day later, we were up above like $3.10, right? We had very positive reactions every single time. This is actually a rather weak reaction in comparison to the last 3 reactions we've seen at the same level. While it does seem to be a bit of a fake out, we've moved down below this low and then ate it back up immediately. There's no continuation afterwards, and that makes me think that we do have lower to go. And that's okay. That's okay. We've long expected at this point in time that XRP will see prices around like 265 to 250, even something down there, and then find support. It's very possible that we move down between now and the next week, between now and the next couple of weeks, or like week and a half. I don't expect it to be this absolute monumentous downward movement that we're seeing, just a slight movement down, right? We're in this nice gentle lower low, lower high channel, something that is a little bit lower than where we are now, right? I want to talk about the daily stuff and the weekly stuff, but first I want to get into the 1 hour time frame. Again, it is the 4th of September today. Here we are, moving up a little bit over the past couple hours. It's nice to see. We look at the 1 hour RSI though. This is not so nice. I don't like that we've turned this uptrend here, higher lows and higher highs. We turned it into a sideways trend and then turned it down. We literally just rolled it over into a downward trend. You're getting oversold consistently. You're getting overbought for a second and then getting out of it. And now you're not even getting overbought. That makes me think that while, yes, you bounced off your oversold zone here, it still makes me think you have a date with destiny. You're going to come down and find support. Maybe you find support sometime on Friday or Saturday. Maybe we have a bullish weekend, and that puts us off until next week where we continue to drop lower. I don't know. But I would expect between today and tomorrow we probably do drop a little bit more. Okay, that doesn't mean we're down at 260 by today or tomorrow. That just means that we drop a little bit more between now and then. The stochastics do look bearish in this area. I mean, overall, I guess you look kind of bullish because you're crossed up and you're out of the oversold zone. But right here, you look bearish. RSI looks bearish. Presuming you come down, sorry. MACD crossing below the 0 here. You're not building bearish momentum at the moment, but you could build some and at least give you some lower or higher lows in the histogram. That gives you some bullish divergence as you go lower. I wouldn't be surprised if we went lower. And then looking at that RSI, we're right at the area, like the top end of this downward trend where you would expect to find resistance and come down. So you probably finished the day off on a weaker note, not a stronger note. Looking at this on a 4 hour time frame. Again, the RSI consistently getting oversold. You just don't get overbought at all, man. You find resistance right in this area that you found resistance every single time. Double top to boot. Found support at the 40, which is nice, but I'm not expecting too much. 1 hour, 52 minutes left. I wouldn't be surprised if this 4 hour candle came down and closed lower. If you go higher, if we do go to that $2.90 to $3 area, again, that does not mean that XRP is in the clear. Don't get too excited. If we go up to this area here, that's just an area to find resistance. That's just a lower high in this overall trend here. It's nothing to get too excited about. But I'm not anticipating that, at least not anymore. Looking at this here, I would expect that we continue to go lower. The stochastics right now, they do look positive, bouncing right off the oversold zone. I have to say I like that. I mean, overall it's bearish, but right now it looks somewhat positive. Let's see how this next hour and 51 minutes goes. If we can close it green, then maybe you are going up to $2.90 to $3. You've been a little bit squirrely, so maybe. But the MACD's right at an area to reject. Your 1 hour sucks. Your 4 hour sucks on the RSI. I think you're going lower, man. Other than that little bounce right there, I would think that you're going lower. And you've bounced here before and still gone lower, so I'm really not wooed by it at all. Daily time frame. Looking at this here, I can't believe it's been over a month, 2 months almost actually, that we've been in this area since July. And again, from all these reactions we've had from the same area, this is the weakest reaction we've had so far. Makes me think that we will go lower, just a little bit lower. There is resistance right here at 265. We can find support right there. Daily closing price right here at about 258. Find some support right there. If we were to take a low to a high here, The 1272 is right there at 257. I mean, that's not too hard to believe at all. Maybe the lowest we could go is 239. However, I just don't think XRP is going to drop that much, personally. But I could be wrong. Who cares what I think? Looking at the daily time frame as far as indicators go, the RSI does look bearishly postured. Typically, when you find support in this area, this is not the reaction that you get. You don't just meander in this area. You find support or you don't, and it looks like you're not finding support. So go to the oversold zone. It's been a while. It's actually been like since April that you've been oversold on the daily time frame at all. So get down there. Get down, girl. Go ahead, get down. And the daily MACD as well is crossing below the zero, showing some of the more bearish indications we've seen. You do have bullish divergence on the daily MACD, in all fairness, but the oscillators are making me think that we go lower. Stochastics look bearish on the daily as well, so lower prices seem inevitable at this point, but it's nothing crazy. We're at 281. We're talking about the price dropping at the most like 30 cents from here, at the most. I mean, really, technically at the most, like 40 cents, 41 cents, but I don't think that happens. Looking at this on a weekly time frame, we're right at this area where we do like to find support. We're just above it. I would think we come down a little bit more. Can we drop? Man, if we were to drop that much, yeah, if we were to close a week down at like 250, I think that would do it. Get us down to this area that we typically like to find support at in the weekly RSI. Stochastics are right at an area they like to find support, but we could go lower. We've found support at lower prices or lower readings before back here as well. MACD is about to cross red, yeah. And in fact, what would that mean if we cross red? It doesn't necessarily mean anything. I'm not too worried about it, yeah. Overall, it's a bullish posturing on all of these indicators, but a little bit lower to go wouldn't be crazy at all. And then from there, we should move up. It should be a glorious time. Again, overall bullish posturing on the weekly indicators. That makes me think that we have a dramatically higher amount of prices to achieve, higher amount of growth to attain from a high to a low. 1272, 886, 1272 here, consolidating like this. You'll probably rip straight up to $6.40. Consolidate, whatever, come back down, come back up. I'm assuming that we don't stop this move, this endeavor, right? Like here, you moved all the way up. Here, we're in one grandiose kind of consolidation phase. When we do move up, I assume that this move, this next phase of stopping will be somewhere at about, $11 to $13.50, maybe even a little bit above there. A lot of cryptos do like to go just above their 200 levels, so maybe as high as like $16 or something like that. That's the expectation. We'll see how it goes. We do seem to be respecting this FIP, so I think it's important to take into consideration. Maybe this $10.71 to $13 area is more significant than the $13.50 to like $16.50 area that I've been talking about, but somewhere in that zone nonetheless. Something very near $13 is what I would expect XRP achieves by the end of this next move up. Now, I don't think this is an end-of-year target. I think end of year you'll be even higher than that, or at least have attained this and then consolidated. But I do think this is your next move where you're going to go, right? We moved up here. We're back testing. We're chilling. We're consolidating. This is like your all aboard, last call moment. And whenever you take off, it's going to be glorious. I wonder if we have an example of this going back in time. Let's see. Kind of like this, kind of here, right? You broke out of your downtrend right here. All aboard, last call, and then you ripped, but not quite the same. Kind of, but not quite the same. Not really. Maybe this right here, moved up, all aboard, last call, but not really. Not really at all. Like this right here. That's the one. Oh, gotta charge that. Yeah. Just like that right there. And then the move that ensued afterwards was pretty glorious. It's actually very similar and even more powerful than the move that we saw back here. And that's kind of what I'm expecting, is a move that is similar to this, if not more powerful than that. And if we were to measure that up from a low to a high here, not the overall high, just the meat of the move, I mean, that puts us right there in that zone that we've been talking about for a while. Probably put this at a lower price because we're going to drop a little bit, right? 260, let's say. If it drops, let's put it at 250. That way we're pleasantly surprised if it goes higher. Yeah, right there, above $14, below $15. I could see it happening. Probably by the end of October, if not sometime in November at this point. But when XRP moves, it moves very fast, man. So when I say it's the end of October, it really could be. I don't think we start moving until the end of this month. I think we're going to continue to drop down going into the FOMC meeting. But then after that, we should be moving up higher. I got nothing else to say. I'm running out of words. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. And buy the dip as it comes. You know what? I've been looking at this actually on a couple of different charts that I've done today. Let's look at the ribbons on XRP too. I feel like I might have looked at them recently here, but I'm just going to do it again. Is it not loading? Are we just going to not look at the charts? Is that what it is? I'm clicking on the right thing, right? Ribbon, MA ribbon. Okay, there we go. Whoa. See, I backlogged it. Okay, looking at this on a log. We're right at an area to bounce, but might come down a little bit more. Weekly ribbon looks great, looks immaculate. Monthly ribbon looks fantastic. Daily ribbon crossing down, just like Bitcoin. So yeah, more low side to come, more lower. Oh, you're not crossed down yet. That's interesting. Until you cross down, there is some bullish optimism, or hope, I should say, at least. But I would think you do cross down, and that probably allows you to get to a lower low. And then you come back up. It'll be like a false or very short-lived cross, and then you'll move back up, sing kumbaya, and reach new cycle highs, new all-time highs. Anyways, I got nothing else, you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, take it easy. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.